Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Easy Dishes, where today I'll be trying something completely different, and that is throwing fruits into a pasta dish. If you like what you see and you like what I do, leave a like or subscribe and let's get into it. For this we are going to need about 150 grams of dried farfalle, 2 nice and ripe pears, 30 grams or a small handful of walnuts, and about 75 grams of Gorgonzola cheese. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the pasta in some salted water according to the package instruction, and in the meantime we can start preparing the rest. The first step is we're going to peel the pears using a potato peeler, and this is the quickest and easiest way with as little waste as possible, and of course you can leave the peel on if you want, but I prefer peeling the pears first. Once that is done, we can get rid of all the excess pear skins and remove the stem before quartering the pears by cutting them in half twice lengthwise. Quartering the pears will make it easier to remove the core of the pear and get rid of all the seeds, which we will do by simply placing 2 shallow cuts like you see me do in the video. Be careful not to cut yourself, and maybe don't use the largest knife you have in the house like me, and rinse and repeat that process until all the cores have been removed. When that is done, we're going to slice all the pear quarters into thin slices that are all about equal in thickness in order for them to be able to cook evenly later on. Put everything to the side, and now we can prepare the walnuts by simply giving them a rough chop until they are reduced to small pieces. The size of the chunks is ultimately up to you, but I like having them just large enough to maintain a little crunch and to give the dish a nice texture. When that is done, we did everything we needed to do in preparation, and now let's go over to the stove where we will heat up a nice splash of olive oil in a non-stick pan. Take a second to admire the cat playing in the background, make sure the oil is evenly distributed, and now we're going to toss the pears into the pan, where we will give them a short fry over a medium-high heat until they begin to soften up a little. Give the pears a shake of salt for seasoning, and now we can also throw in the walnuts and let everything cook for a minute or two while tossing it in the pan to make sure that no ingredient feels left out. Now that the pasta is just about done, we can take a ladle and add a splash of pasta water to the pan and let the pears soak up all the pasta water while we drain the pasta. Once we have drained the pasta, we can add it to the pan too, and now we can also throw in the Gorgonzola cheese as well. You don't even have to bother trying to stir the cheese just yet, simply nestle it in, put on the lid, and give the cheese a chance to melt for a minute or two. Once that is done, we can take off the lid, give everything a nice and thorough stir and make sure that the cheese has evenly coated everything in the pan. The only thing left to do now is season to perfection with a generous amount of freshly ground black pepper, give it the obligatory taste for seasoning, and be so amazed by it that you just have to go in for a second bite, and let's make everything presentable. Into a shallow bowl we will add a few ladles worth of our pear and gorgonzola farfalle, garnish everything with a few extra walnuts, and now we can enjoy this surprisingly delicious dish. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you all again next week. Leave a like, subscribe if you will. If you like what you see and you like what I do, let me know. It would mean a lot to me, and I hope to see you all again next week.